everyone, this is Alpha Ali. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a body review. This is actually for Tryxzyyy, and Tryxzyyy is essentially about to do their placement matches. I think I have body reviewed Tryxzyyy before, but this is about kind of like a goldish on one of their accounts, basically. We do also have the really cute new Christmassy skin on as well, which is adorable. Can't remember the name of it, but it's very cute, and I do like it. But anyways, back onto what Tryxzyyy said, basically. So they put, I feel like I couldn't really help my Doom much, as I tried to boost before his slam to confirms, but I played under the assumption that he would punch out sometimes, brackets he did not. Other than that, I feel like it was an okay game. Alright, Tryxzyyy, that's absolutely perfect. I said you cannot do too much, basically, when a Doom goes and like punches in and then doesn't come out, basically. We'll have a quick look to see kind of like who you're. We've got a Kiriko at the moment, so we'll talk a little bit more about that when we do kind of like get started. But just really quickly, if you guys do want your own Mercy VOD review, are you wanting your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch for free at 2 PM UK on Sundays. They cost 7,500 channel points, which you simply get by just watching the streams. If you can't make it that time, then do not worry, as I also record them offline whenever I'm free, and all of them get uploaded to this channel. But if you guys want to see any of my own gameplay as well, you can visit my main channel. If you do need any help with anything, then don't be afraid to message any of my lovely mods on Discord. The links for everything that I've just mentioned will be down in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yes, we're kind of like just getting straight into it. So if we look quickly at our team comp, I'm going to guess this guy's going to be the Doomfist. We have an Ashe log with Sombra and Kiriko. So essentially, like, we can still be there to try and help the Doom, but it's not like you've got, like, for example, a Moira or like a Bap or something like that, which needs kind of like that close ranges. Kiri can kind of heal at quite a longish, I say longish range, obviously not like an armor that can heal like really long, but it's still quite a longish range and everything. So it's mainly kind of just making sure that we're kind of there in case we know it's going to be critical when he's coming back. But I'll just have to see kind of like how he ends up playing. Obviously, Ashe can be main blue beam target. Kiri is great if she's 1v1ing someone and you need that extra pressure. And Sombra is great as well for when she comes out of that invis and, you know, we're there to damage boost her to try and help secure a kill, basically. But other than that, we'll just kind of like get straight into it, basically. I do love this new skin as well. I've been using it loads. Looks beautiful with the Jade. Nice speed ring at the beginning. Just make sure that we do that a little bit, later, and then we switch slightly later. The reason is because the way that we did it means that they don't end up getting a lot of the advantage from the speed ring, because it ends up kind of disappearing halfway through. So make sure that they have the full effects of that speed ring and they backed out a little bit more before we do. If not, just do a Lucio little pop the beat or whatever it is, and then, you know, go from there. Okay? Awesome. Anyways, we got this. So Kiri's already used Zuzu to help save her, which is fine, but nice. Nice. Oh, can't do too much there. Nice, just make sure that we're okay. So nice res. However, we have to make sure that our Doomfist knows that we're gonna go do this res, okay? The reason is because if we just like res here and our Doomfist is walking back waiting for heals, in these kind of ranks, people are not going to be as aware as, you know, obviously in like higher ranks and stuff like that. So for example, our Doomfist right now is not going to be aware that that your Kiri has died and we've gone to res, okay? Unless there's any kind of communication that's happening either in VC, okay? So what I want you to do here is I want you to try and make sure that your Doomfist gets back before we try to res, or we ping the Doomfist saying, hey, I'm going to res, so it means then that he knows to be a little bit safer before, you know, he ends up going in again, basically. It's just a little bit of a lack of communication here, because we want to try and make sure that we're not trading people's lives for a res. We want to try and make sure that we're keeping as many people as we can, and we're only trading if it's, like, desperate that we need to trade it for, okay? So just make sure that we're pinging this, or either, like, getting our Doomfist out a little bit sooner before we try to go for this res, okay? That's fine, we just need to back out. Wait for our Doomfist to come out, basically. Nice. Looks like our Ashe might be going back to spawn. Perfect, they've gone Pharah. Pharah as well is absolutely perfect for us to obviously go and damage boost as Mercy. Luckily, they don't really have a hit scan minus the Torb turret, so you can very much play however you want in this air. So can't do too much for you, Doom, there. I love the little shaking of like, no. Nice, we can res now. Go res, go res. That was a perfect opportunity for us to go and res here, okay? The Ryan's backed off and he's like proper on the payload right now. We can very easily, because his orb was kind of like hereish, wasn't it? We can get a res off here onto our Doomfist and we can carry on with this aggression, okay? So don't be afraid to go in and go and damage boost here. Sorry, go and res here. Okay, keep it going though. Sorry, make sure I'm on the right person. There we are. Fortunately, Mercy doesn't end up getting the res off. Nice. Perfect. Looks like my Kiri is not interested. I was just about to say, go and leave the healing for your Kiri, but it turns out your Kiri is not interested at all. She wants to get in and be aggressive, which is fine. Was my res cooldown on 10? Was it? I thought you had it. Hold on. No, yeah, you have it. Because there, you've already got it because it was enough time that passed basically. So what's it called? Your when that Doom dies, you already do have your res. So we can res her if we need to, basically. Okay? Anyways, keep going. So I like how much you're kind of like following up on everyone's aggression right now. Obviously, you know, trying to maybe get a stagger kill or something like that, which is perfect. They switched to Aressa now, which means we might need to kind of curve for our Doom a tiny bit more. We're going to back it out a bit because obviously they've coalescence, which is fine. Lovely damage boost onto the punch. Nice heals obviously to get back. Cannot out heal all that. We're not going to be able to res it either because they're just going to run at us. And we don't end up getting out, which is perfect, okay? Nice. Nice. At this point, we still need to be a little bit kind of careful with where we're positioned in the air. However, they don't really have a hit scan too much yet, so it's absolutely fine for us to kind of like, what's it called? Vibe about. Nice picking up your Kiri as you're dreaming through, by the way. Perfect. Awesome. Good helping with your Pharah there. Okay. We do not need valk here. The reason why we don't need valk here is everyone is still quite healthy and okay. If your Doom dies here, it's still fine, okay? Because you guys have got Kitsune out, okay? And it means that we can use, obviously, you know, the Kitsune to be able to kind of like, you know, help them like move about with the res. But also, a lot of these guys as well, if as soon as they get into that Kitsune rush and they put a damage boost onto them as well, they can just mow these guys down, okay? So I feel like we don't really need the valk right now, okay? I'm very, very against trying to use two support ults at the same time. The reason for this is because support ults are absolutely insane and they are broken as anything, okay? What I mean by this is support ultimates are basically the most broken ones in the game. Probably minus Valk, because Valk isn't too important, but it's still a lot better than a few of people's ults, like, for example, Moira Coalescence, okay? No, not Moira Coalescence, sorry. That's still a really good ult. Cast High Noon. Cast High Noon is absolutely useless, okay? But your Valk is, what's called? So it's still quite effective, is what I mean, okay? So, try if you can to not... Dragon Blade. Yeah, Dragon Blade by itself. Yeah, that's a good one. I was, like, trying to, like, think. But yeah, so if you can, don't be valking here when your second support is using their ultimate. Allow your second support to use their ultimate and see how that goes. And we only pile on our ultimate if we are desperate to win out that team fight, okay? Or we feel like that we desperately need it. Right now, because we have the Kitsune rush being out, we've already got 2 picks as well. Because remember, we got was it the Moira really early on? And we've also just got the Torb as well along with this turret. Their Mercy's in Valk, which means they're going to end up having like that bit of survivability for now. But we can very easily keep up our, what's called our Doomfist with our Kiri heals, as well as ourselves with our own heals without the Valk, basically. However, if he does end up dying, then we still have opportunities to be able to fly up and, you know, be with the Pharah. Pharah can even use her barrage if she desperately wants to. But it's better if we keep our Valk for the next team fight. Because then for the next team fight, we're going to really, really struggle for support ultimates, okay? So just if you can, if your support is using their ultimate, we don't use ours unless if we desperately need to. Okay, we'll keep on going though, so we'll see what we end up doing with it. So Doom ends up dying. I kind of saw that coming no matter what. And this is what I meant by what's called make sure that people don't fall over while you're resin, okay? Because what ends up happening is we end up kind of abandoning Kiri for a sec. I'd rather you waited. Nice, we just have to escape here at this point. But yeah, at that point, I would help my Curie to try and get out before I'd go for the res. Don't res. So at this point, we don't need to res here either. And the reasoning is because we're still waiting on a reset at this point, okay? Our Curie is just, unfortunately, staggered herself quite a bit. And we, basically the rest of our team are still coming out of spawn, okay? So we do not need to be going in to try and like res or do anything here, okay? I'd rather you kind of like just waited, allowed our Curie to come back. Remember, she's got TP as well to get back out as well. So there's no need for you to kind of like come in and try to get a res here. We can literally just kind of play passively, wait for these guys to come back, and then we can, you know, we can just all go in together and we can save our res for another time if we did end up having it, which we don't have as well, okay? Keep it going though. We do end up escaping though. Okay, Skinny. Love it. But we don't need that risk to begin with, basically, okay? Nice. Good. One thing I'm gonna say. Oh, okay, hold on. Nice. One thing I'm gonna say though is don't try and drop too soon to be with the Pharah. Like, I love that res. Don't get me wrong. That res is really, really great. However, try to kind of vibe up here. And then when you predict that the Pharah is going to fall, that's when we go for the res, okay? Don't be kind of like force yourself out in this position, then do the res and then do whatever. Wait until you know that the Pharah is going to fall. And then we can just J straight in, do the res, and then we can come back around here if we need to. But I did like the escape that you did anyways, okay? Really nice res though. I appreciate it. Just make sure we're not kind of flinging ourselves out into the open too much before we go to do that res. But other than that, perfect. Can't do too much more there, unfortunately, though. Your Pharah's gone. Doom's used his all. He's just gonna die as well. We just need to reset and go again, basically. Try not to emote right in the open, by the way. Like, if you want to do a cute little sit down, make sure we do it in cover. But other than that, perfect. Okay. Nice. At that point, if you get stuck on that roof, by the way, just wait for your Pharah to repeat, because she's always going to go back up into the air again. So your Doom's gone again. At this point, we're all kind of like just staggering quite a bit, to be honest, which isn't too useful. Nice. I will say, I love your positioning with the Pharah, though. Good, Zuzu. Res. Go for that res sooner. Like, don't try and prep yourself to do like a mini super jump or anything, because it's not going to help us in any way. Because we're behind this cover, we're not fussed about, you know, anyone trying to aggress in, okay? And I think your Doom, unfortunately, I mean, I'd like your Curie to be able to try and help out there a tiny bit more. But like, we end up kind of taking way too long to try and get this res off, that it means then that our Doomfist ends up falling, okay? So just, if you can, try to think, okay, is my Doomfist gonna, you know, survive this, or do I need to try and heal him first? Or try to go for the res instantaneously, instead of us, instead of us waiting for Doom to die, basically, because we took too long to basically try and do that res. Okay? Keep it going, though. Nice pill for Curie. You've ended up getting Torb as well, so we've got to make sure that Mercy doesn't res that. Nice. Good GA around. So Wicket soon in. Good. Nice. We've got quite a few picks here. Nice peel. Nice. So we ended up winning the team fight as well, which is perfect. And that now means as well that we can kind of stagger support ultimates. Because obviously your Curie used her ult last time, which is perfect. Awesome. So we're playing back quite a bit here, which is fine. Can't do too much for your Doom though, because he just goes in way too aggressively, unfortunately. And unfortunately, ends up getting javelined when he tries to come out, which is how he doesn't end up getting out, basically. But it's all good. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna watch it all out. Okay. I don't understand your valk here. I think it's because you want to try and keep your Pharah up, okay? which is okay. Okay, so we go in and we try to body block the Pharah, which is nice, but remember we can do that without our Valk, okay? Because what we can do is we can literally, so the Pharah can barrage, we can go to the body block, which is perfect, but we can do that without the Valk, and then when you start to get weak, or when anyone else starts to get weak, it means that we could quickly do a nice little, like, quick little drop, then pop the Valk, and then with the drop, it means that we create distance, so it means that we can fly away and then play safe, basically, if we need to, okay? Now, I don't mind the Valk here, but I feel like you're purely just using it for this barrage, which is only gonna get, like, pretty much, like, one person, and then Pharah's gonna fall, or, like, you know, end up kind of blocking Pharah, basically, okay? So, I want you to not try and use your Valk here for that purpose. If you can, obviously, use it if, like, you desperately need to keep yourself alive if it starts, like, going pear-shaped, basically. But I'd rather you use your big hitbox, like, make sure that we're holding our spacebar, so it means that we got the, like, the nice, like, big hitbox. Use that to body block, because then we can drop and then use our GA to get ourselves out, instead of us wasting our Valk on our Pharah ults, basically. Okay? We'll keep on going, though. So, we back out, because obviously we end up, you know, taking a lot of damage, which is fine. Nice levels of heals. We do kind of switch into blocking the Mercy, which is fine, because obviously it kind of, you know, provides some pressure onto her for a little bit. Valk ends. We do end up actually getting quite a few picks and stuff, which is nice. Nice peel for Sombra. Lovely. Nice. So we do end up kind of winning out that team fight, which is very, very nice. Okay? Perfect. Don't know why I have to use Toy Bolt. Get yourself off the point here, okay? I know that because they kind of laid out this Toy Bolt and that Orisa is still, like, alive and breathing, I don't want you to be flinging yourself onto the point at this point, okay? You have so many people, like your Doom and your Kiri, that can sit on this point for now. I don't want you to take that risk, okay? Instead, I want you to sit up onto here. The reason is because, okay, I can hear their Mercy, especially because you just heard her Valk, so you know that these guys want to kind of come in and be aggressive here. And we also have the Orisa that's here as well. And you know, she's gonna be very easily, you know, wanted to try and get everyone. And plus, as well, we have all the issue with the Toy Bolt as well on the floor. Okay, so instead of you dropping onto the point here, I want you to try and get yourself up onto the side like this. So it means then that we're not going to take that excess damage, and we can just help out whoever's on the point, basically, instead of us taking that unnecessary damage, which we didn't need to. Okay? Also, I've been thinking that, Orisa would be near her ult as well, so I'd be kind of scared about getting pulled into that as well. Nice. Good heals onto Pharah here. Remember, if you're safe, stay in that space. If we're safe up on this high ground here, we don't need to, we don't need to move. Stand up on this high ground here. Nice. Orisa's gonna be coming up to ult probably, so I'd be once again make sure I'm playing far away, which is exactly what you're doing. Perfect. Nice. And you guys end up winning out. Perfect. Good damage boost onto Sombra here. Perfect. Nice. Perfect. Love how you don't go for the res there as well. I feel like your reses have got a lot better as we've been going through as well, Sway, which is perfect. Because we 100% don't need to res there because they'll come back very, very quickly from spawn. So same thing again, they're gonna have a Orisa ult, so make sure that we're playing kind of far back if we can, and save our GA for, you know, if we can. So it means that we can get out and escape if we end up getting caught into it with that massive radius that it does now. So Doom goes in and feeds, can't do anything about that. At this point, we just need to back out and reset. Okay. The reason why I'm saying to you back out and reset here is because, let's quickly back it out when it loads. The reason I'm saying back out and reset is because you look how much time you got left on the clock, right? If if we try to kind of like still carry on fighting this, we're gonna stagger ourselves to about 20 seconds, and then it's gonna be a massive big like rush trying to get back to the payload, which is not what we want, basically. Okay, so Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to kind of think to yourself, okay, we've lost our Doom. Our Curious near her ult, and our Pharah has also got hers. I've also got my ult, okay? Let's wait out this Juno ult, which they kind of wasted in my opinion. Allow them just to waste that ultimate entirely, and we just back out. Okay, because we want to have that really big ult advantage for the final team fight. Okay, so instead of us trying to like valk and try to help out our Pharah, because bear in mind we can't control what the Pharah does. Pharah ends up barraging, is what it is. We can't do anything like that basically. Okay, so what I want you to do here is I want you to kind of think to yourself, okay, Pharah's been a bit stupid. She's gone to barrage. What can I do? And you could chuck a beam on her, and that's probably about it, basically, because with the Juno ult and the Orisa, you know, doing, like, the little spin and everything to push on as well, you're not going to be able to do anything to be able to help her, okay? So at this point, you're going to say to yourself, okay, this team fight reset. We reset and we come back in with ult's next team fight, and we can win out the next team fight. Don't be trying to force yourself to kind of turn over this team fight, especially when they still have Juno ult active, and also I still know that they've got the Orisa ult as well, okay? So at this point, I would just be like, okay, I'm backing out. No need for you to valk here because you're not going to win out this team fight. You'd end up getting out, which is good. But we just don't want to take that risk. So as I said, you're about 20 seconds now, and I was going to be like a rush to try and win. And we're down 2 ultimates. Okay? Nice damage boost on the Genji. Okay, what I want you to do here is I want you to sling in to try and help your Doomfist. The reason is because your Kyrie is playing quite far back, and you have the opportunity here with these set of stairs here to sling yourself forward to try and help your Doomfist. The reason why I need you to do that is because we need our Doomfist alive, and we're going to really, really struggle with him not being there, basically. Also, your Genji is still coming back from spawn, and your Kyrie is playing quite far back. They're not going to be able to try and help out your Doomfist in any way. So the only way we could try and help is try to sling ourselves forward a tiny bit onto this ledge to try and help heal him. And remember, we've got this, like, little corridor bit as well if we need to try and, like, help out as well. Okay? So just if you can, try to make sure that we're going forward to try and help with the, with the heals on that Doomfist. Okay? Let's see what ends up happening, though. Nice res while the EMP's off. That's a perfect distraction. Okay, let's quickly talk about this. So, with a lot of payloads, especially when they're on ramps, they provide such little cover. And it depends on the payload, sadly. For example, there are a lot of payloads that are very, very close to the ground. Specifically, Circuit Rail's payload is very, very close to the ground, which means, you know, you can use that for quite a bit of cover. The Shambali one as well, it has points on the payload. We can actually kind of use it for cover. Some ones that are quite high up are not so much the Aquaward one, because this one's quite what's called low down, but the payload hitbox, like, is so weird on staircases, which is why whenever it's on a staircase, we should hardly ever try to use it for cover. Because it's very janky and it's very hit and miss whether it's going to help us survive here, basically. And all this stems from you trying to go out and GA into a high noon. So we'll quickly kind of peel it back. So, I love this. This was a perfect moment from you. Because you're using that, you're using that EMP as a nice distraction, because everyone's going to be focused on that Sombra for a second, for us to go and res. Now, what we do here is we do not try and G ourselves in to try and help the Sombra, okay? If the Sombra dies, that's fine because she's done her task, okay? But she's going to try and translocate out and go to a health pack or something and go away. So what I want you to do is I don't want you to try and sling yourself in to try and help this Sombra, because you don't need to, okay? What I'd rather you did is we've got 4 seconds left. Nobody's touched the payload just yet. Allow our Sombra to have the distraction of the EMP. We can get the res off, and then we just wait for our Genji or someone to go and touch, and then possibly maybe get ourselves round over to this corridor so we can maybe help our Sombra a little bit more. It depends on where she goes, basically. But we don't want to sling ourselves out, because what ends up happening, bearing in mind as well, we know they're going to have a Orisa ult, because they've had a Orisa ult for about 2 team fights now at this point. She's not used it for a while. So I want to try and stay as far away from the payload as possible, okay? So that happens, and we don't end up slinging ourselves in, okay? When we sling ourselves in, that means that we end up getting caught out by the Orisa ult. And then we kind of like are trying to crouch down to try and obviously block LOS of it. Because remember, if we're out of LOS of the, what's called of the Orisa ult, then it means that we can block it. However, staircase jaggedness means that unfortunately we can't block it, okay? So, a little bit of a thing here is I want you to kind of like put yourself over trying to help others here. So instead of you trying to go out and go and help your Sombra, remember the Sombra should be okay. As soon as she translocates away to a health pack, we can just kind of play, what's it called, a little bit further back and go from there. Okay? Keep it going, though. So, unfortunately, we don't kind of get picked off by it. Is what it is. But to as your team have managed to get quite a few people, though, which is perfect. Or you're curious how they fall, so which is the hard thing for you guys. I'd switch, by the way, to, like, Lucio or, like, Juno at this point, by the way, just try and, like, get back quickly for your team. Unless if you had Valk. If you had Valk, then in which case, you know, what's it called? Then, yeah. Okay, so we're back. When you get back, by the way, stick yourself up onto this high ground or to that high ground, by the way, just to make sure that you're in with this team fight and also you're not running it main, basically. It also gives you a nice kind of overview of, like, how the team fight is going, basically. Nice damage from the punch, by the way. Nice. Make sure that sling is a little bit more straight to the high ground, by the way. Perfect. Nice damage boost here. Good positioning. Nice. You got absolutely loads of damage boost in there, which is perfect. Awesome. Woo! Okay, so Tryxzyyy, overall, I feel like your Mercy has been really, really great, okay? The thing, I feel like the two main things that you're struggling with at the moment now, though, is one is your, what's called, your reses. The reses got a lot better as we went on, though, which was perfect. However, it was, oh, we're on Lucio? Okay. At the start, our reses were a bit iffy, okay? And it's mainly because we're letting people die for those reses. So what we need to try and do is make sure that people are going to be safe and they're going to be kind of, you know, alive, basically, before we try to go for that res on the just in case, okay? However, the second thing as well, that I was kind of, like, a bit iffy with is your kind of management with your Valks and, like, your ult management, basically, okay? We want to try and make sure that we're using our Valk, not at the same time as our other support, and also make sure that we're using it in a team fight that we know we're going to win, basically. Okay, so those kind of like the main two things for your Mercy so far. I'm saying that now because because I know you said you're gonna be playing Lucio and Juno for the rest of it, and I'm gonna, what's it called? I'm probably gonna forget by the end of it. Okay, but keep it going. We are on Lucio now. Just a quick little preface, by the way, to those of you guys that are on, what's it called? That a lot of you guys, you know, if a lot of you guys see my gameplay on, like, what's called Twitch and stuff like that, and also on my main YouTube channel, which, by the way, you know, you should go and follow. I would say I mainly do kind of like Mercy VOD reviews for this. So I'll try my best to obviously, you know, try and help out with my Lucio, and I think you played Juno in a little bit as well. So I'll do my best to try and, like, you know, provide as much, you know, information as I can, but it's not going to be as good as my Mercy stuff, basically. But it's fine. I would have personally, because I know you said you got Juno, we could still Mercy here because we have the Ashe, or we can go Juno here. But if you want to play Lucio, that's absolutely fine. I'll do my best to try and help out. And we'll go from there. So, start on speed. If your team do not need healing, always be on speed. Okay. Your team kind of fed, not gonna lie. Love this Lucio skin, by the way, because it has all, like, the different sound effects and stuff. Nice. Always be on speed. So unless if you need to heal people, like, for example, do the amp heal, like, try and help, what's it called? Try and help with, heals, like, you know, like, if someone, like, needs healing, rest of the time, just be on speed boost. Always be on speed boost as Lucio. Because Kiri Lucio is a good duo. It is good, but it depends on what your team's running, okay? Because if we look at our team, right, because what ends up happening with Kiri Lucio is you use it for a lot of rush, or if, like, you go around and try and read it quite a bit as Lucio. I would personally go Juno here because it'll kind of help out your, what's it called? It will try and help your Doomfist out a bit more because you need that kind of speed ring to be able to help, like, get your Doomfist out, and also those, like, kind of extra heals, I think, for your Doom, because your Doom has been very feedy. So if you try and, like, you know, up the heals for him, it'll try and help out. Lucio Kiri is still a good team, like, you know, like, duo comp, just at the moment it's not the correct one in my opinion, but it's up to you guys. Okay, keep it going though. So nice, we're back. So make sure that we're amping the heals. Okay, make sure we're amping the heals a little bit sooner there. The reason is because when we see everyone starting to get a little bit critical, then, what's it called? And then we could try and amp it, okay? But it's fine. Reset, go again. Nice shots there. Nice boop away. Nice. I love how much more you're using the, what's called, the heals, by the way. Sorry, the speed now, by the way. Get back onto speed, though. Get back onto speed. Nice. Nice amp heals. Go on. You got him. No. Okay. It's all good. Oh, no, you don't end up getting him out anyways. That was a lot better, though. Really, really great. Nice boop. Really a good boop there. Good boop. Because your main job in this right now is using your boops for the Winston to be able to get away from you, basically. So I love how, like, you basically using that to try and get him away, which is perfect. Nice. Good boop once again. Nice. Love how you didn't, like, beat there as well. I was so scared that you were going to beat. Nice. Nice amp. Oh, dude, if he went off there, that would have been absolutely insane of a boot, by the way. That's fine. Okay, they're transcending. We need to make sure that we're just kind of keeping people alive at this point. Because they're going to aggress forward because they've used their transcendence aggressively here. Because not too many people were weak. So essentially, when it gets towards the end of the transcendence, like now, for instance, we want to try and save our boot for the what's called the Winston that's going to probably come in and dive either our Ashe or our Kiriko, basically. So just if you can, try to make sure that you're what's called... you're saving once again your boot for that engage, because I know they're going to start engaging. The transcendence will run out, the payload will start to come a little bit closer. We can then re-engage with our beat, basically. Okay? Keep it going, though. So we use it to save our Kiri, which is perfect, because obviously that transcendence... lovely boop. Because obviously that transcendence ends. Nice. Reset. Go again now. Make sure we're just not getting a bit too aggressive there. Like, make sure we're trying to make sure we're still staying out of Winston's range, basically. But on that, perfect. Keep going. At this point, you can't help your Doomfist. That's fine. Nice. Boop. Nice. Good pick on the Winston there. It was a very good Bob as well. Okay. Echo in the back line, as you do. Good focus fire there. Nice. Much better what's called speed and... Make sure on speed here. But probably not your speed and what's called your kind of heal management has been a bit better. Same thing again here, be on speed here. Nice. Good boop away. I love bullying Winstons whenever I play Lucio, it's quite funny. Or even when I'm on Brig as well, it's always perfect. Nice. Good, good. Beat. Nice. At this point, you do the absolute right thing of like sitting there and trying to boop away, obviously, like the Winston and everything. Good pick as well, coming out there. It's just unfortunate that your Doom died, what's it called? As quick as possible there, basically. Nice. Going out to be able to go and get the health pack. Nice. Make sure we're on speed here as we're trying to obviously get away from the Winston. Oh, lucky that the cast isn't turning around. Yeah. Whenever, like, I think a nice thing that might end up helping you here is whenever you feel like you should be on, like, whenever you feel like you would sit there and you would damage boost as Mercy, that's when you should be on speed. Then when you feel like you should heal as Mercy, that's when you should heal. So with your Lucio, try to make sure that whenever you want to kind of default, we default to, what's it called? We default to speed, basically. We're going to switch? Okay, that's okay. We go Juno now? Perfect. Okay, Juno I could talk about a bit more because I play a lot more Juno. Good aggressive torpedoes, or whatever they're called. I like to call them Orby things, kind of remember. Nice. Don't be sitting there healing Bob because Bob's currently out of commission. He's not doing anything. So instead, use that time to try and either shoot Torb or his turret. Perfect. Good aggression there. Just release your orbs anyways. So don't ever cancel your orbs, okay? Even if you what's called. What do I do if I speed if we're all going in, or if stationary I stay on heal? So if you what's it called? So whenever you don't need to heal anyone, which is mainly like when, you know, like for example the start of a team fight, or like when the team fight is not going like too, you know, like is going okay, basically. At that point, just what's it called, just keep yourself on speed. Only switch to heal when you want to either amp heals for your team, or if you need to try and peel for someone and they need healing, basically. Rest of the time, just sit around on speed. Okay? With your torpedoes, sorry, this is the thing that I was going to say to you, don't ever cancel the torpedoes. Okay? The reason is because even if like you don't end up locking onto any enemies, which it didn't happen there, you can still lock it onto your team and then be able to try and heal up your team afterwards as well. Okay? Keep it going though. Nice. Nice. Good use of speed ring there to try and help you Doomfist out. Really nice. Perfect. Love your positioning, by the way. Really great. Be a bit more aggressive now. Perfect. We can use our flight and speed ring to help our Doomfist engage in quickly here to be able to pick up some staggers, by the way. Nice. Good. Love how much you're using as well, like your little jumpy thing, by the way. To be able to, like, you know, get yourself that nice little bit of height and some, like, better positioning as well. I love it. Perfect. I've been saying to my team we're, like, nearly close to Juno ult, so it means we can start aggressing in with that probably in the next team fight. Nice. Torpedo there, by the way, if you want to. Perfect. So, save your speed ring here. You're not helping speed anyone here, okay? Sorry, I need to cough 1 sec. Very sorry. Don't use the speed ring here. What I want you to do instead is I want you to save this speed ring, wait till your Doomfist is charged up, and then we speed ring Juno ult in. We will speed ring, so you come and stand on this corner here. You can speed ring Juno ult in and we could just rush into them, okay? The only kind of issue with this, obviously, that they got Transcendence, in which case we might want to try and base out Transcendence before we do this. But just kind of like just general purposes, try if you can to save your speed ring for the Juno ult. So it means then you guys can just rush in and just go like all guns blazing with the ult, okay? Keep it going though. Nice. Make sure we reposition here a little bit sooner as well to make sure we're off on angle like you are doing now. Perfect. And we can just pop our ult in celebration as well if you'd like to. Perfect. Really nice Juno plays there, honestly, Tryxzyyy. And I feel like next time you want anything with like speed, go to play Juno. Because your Juno seemed really strong there, and it seems like you were really, really comfortable in your Juno. Your Lucio seemed good, don't get me wrong, but you didn't seem as comfortable on the Lucio. So if you need that kind of speed, and you want to, you know, try to go someone else other than Mercy, I'd recommend going to Juno, okay? But Juno, I do really see too many issues with. Just whenever you want to go at ult, make sure you're using speed ring to Juno ult in, basically, to just try and help, basically. Lucio was great. Just make sure we're sticking on speed a little bit more than healing because it'll help you out so much more. Back onto the mercy side of things though, because obviously that's like my speciality. Your mercy was great though, sweet. Okay, I liked your what's it called? I liked your kind of position the majority of the time, which is really great. I love as well how much you're trying to care for your Pharah and everything like that as well, which is really perfect. The main things I want you to work on though with your mercy is first of all your valk management basically. What I mean by that is making sure that you kind of know if we're going to win out the team fight or if your other support is going to use their ult. Excuse me, try if you can not to, what's it called? Try if you can to not use the Valk at the same time as the Kitsune, because we want to try and make sure that each team fight we're kind of alternating between support ultimates if we can. So just if you can, try to make sure that we're not using them both at the same time if you can, basically. Okay. Second thing with your mercy is your reses. They got a lot better towards the end of the game, which is really great. But at the start, we were doing a lot of reses that either we needed to res and we didn't, or we resed and someone died while we were doing the res, basically. Either make sure that person's going to be okay, or ping to let them know that that you're going to go for that res before we do end up doing it on the just in case, basically. Okay? But with that though, Tryxzyyy, hopefully that was okay, and you enjoyed the VOD. Hopefully my kind of very minimal Lucio knowledge that I've got has helped you out as well a little bit. But your mercy seemed really great, sweet. Just making sure that we're kind of being a little bit more strict with when we want to res and how we're going to use our Valk as well. Okay? But with that though, thank you so much obviously for the lovely VOD. And back to obviously you guys that are going to be onto YouTube or watch this live on Twitch. If you guys want more of me, obviously there is my all the links down in the description. Basically there is my my main YouTube channel where I post all of my main games. There's also obviously my Twitch where I record all this live, along with my Discord and my TikTok as well, where everyone's so lovely over there as well. If you guys do want your own VOD review, I did talk about it at the beginning of the video as well, so if you guys do want to go and watch that, then you're more than welcome to. But just once again, thank you so much for the lovely VOD, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!